Saint Augustine commentary on the Gospel of John chapter 5 verse 19 following. Behold, then, we have now heard the Gospel, where he answered the Jews who were indignant, that he not only broke the Sabbath, but said also that God was his Father, making himself equal with God. John chapter 10 verse 30. For so it is written in the foregoing paragraph. When therefore the Son of God, the truth, made answer to their erring indignation, says he, Verily, verily, I say unto you, the Son can't of himself do anything but what he sees the Father doing. As if he said, Why are you offended because I have said that God is my Father, and that I make myself equal with God? I am equal in that wise that he begot me. I am equal in that wise that he is not from me, but I from him. For this is implied in these words, the Son can't do anything of himself, but what he sees the Father doing. That is, whatever the Son has to do, the doing it he had of the Father. Why of the Father has he the doing it? Because of the Father he has it that he is Son. Why has he it of the Father to be Son? Because of the Father he has it that he is able of the Father that he is. For to the Son both to be able and to be is the self-same thing. It is not so with man. Raise your hearts by all means from a comparison of human weakness that lies far beneath, and should any of us perhaps reach to the secret, and while awestruck by the brilliance, as it were, of a great light, should discern somewhat and not remain wholly ignorant. Yet let him not imagine that he understands the whole, unless he should become proud and lose what knowledge he has gotten. With man, to be and to be able are different things. For sometimes the man is, and yet can't what he wills. Sometimes again, the man is in such wise that he can what he wills. Therefore his being and his being able are different things. For if man's esse and posse were the same thing, then he could when he would. But with God it is not so. That his substance to be is one thing, and his power to be able another thing. But whatever is his, and whatever he is consubstantial with him, because he is God. It is not so that in one way he is, in another way is able. He has the esse and the posse together, because he has to will and to do together. Since then the power of the Son is of the Father, therefore also the substance of the Son is of the Father. And since the substance of the Son is of the Father, therefore the power of the Son is of the Father. In the Son, power and substance are not different. The power is the self-same that the substance is, the substance to be, the power to be able. Accordingly, because the Son is of the Father, he said, the Son can't of himself do anything. Because he is not Son from himself, therefore he is not able from himself. He appears to have made himself as it were less when he said the Son can't of himself do anything but what he sees the Father doing. Hereupon heretical vanity lifts the neck. Theirs indeed who say that the Son is less than the Father, of less authority, of less majesty, of less possibility, not understanding the mystery of Christ's words. But attend, beloved, and see how they are confounded in their carnal intellect by the words of Christ. And this is what I said a little before, that the word of God troubles all perverse hearts, just as it exercises pious hearts, especially that spoken by the evangelist John. For they are deep words that are spoken by him, not random words, nor such as may be easily understood. So a heretic, if he happen to hear these words, immediately rises and says to us, Lo, the Son is less than the Father. Hear the words of the Son who says, the Son can't do anything of himself but what he sees the Father doing. Wait, as it is written, be meek to hear the word, and you may understand. Ecclesiasticus chapter 5 verse 13. Well, suppose that because I assert the power and majesty of the Father and of the Son to be equal, I was disconcerted at hearing these words. The Son can't do anything of himself but what he sees the Father doing. Well, I, being disconcerted at these words, will ask you, who seem to yourself to have instantly understood them, a question. We know in the Gospel that the Son walked upon the sea. Matthew chapter 14, verse 25. When saw he the Father walk upon the sea? Here now he is disconcerted. Lay aside then your understanding of the words, and let us examine them together. What do we then? We have heard the words of the Lord. The Son can't of himself do anything but what he sees the Father doing. The Son walked upon the sea. The Father never walked upon the sea. Yet certainly the Son can't of himself do anything but what he sees the Father doing. Return then with me to what I was saying, in case it is so to be understood, that we may both escape from the question. For I see how I, according to the Catholic faith, may escape without tripping or stumbling, while you, on the other hand, shut in on every side, are seeking a way of escape. See by what way you have entered. Perhaps you have not understood this that I said. See by what way you have entered. Hear himself saying, I am the door. John chapter 10 verse 7. Not without cause then are you seeking how you may get out. And this only you find, that you have not entered by the door, but fell in over the wall. Therefore, raise yourself up from your fall how you can, and enter by the door, that you may go in without stumbling, and go out without straying. Come by Christ, not bringing forward of your own heart what you may say, but what he shows, that speak. Behold how the Catholic faith gets clear of this question. The Son walked upon the sea, planted the feet of flesh on the waves. The flesh walked, and the divinity directed. But when the flesh was walking and the divinity directing, was the Father absent? If absent, how does the Son himself say, but the Father abiding in me, himself does the works? John chapter 14, verse 10. If the Father abiding in the Son himself does his works, then that walking upon the sea was made by the Father and through the Son. Accordingly, that walking is an inseparable work of Father and Son. I see both acting in it. Neither the Father forsook the Son, nor the Son left the Father. Thus, whatever the Son does, he does not without the Father, because whatever the Father does, he does not without the Son.